Dad plays the baby grand, smoothly, fluently, with expression and feeling, groove and soul. I could spend hours listening to him play. I used to wait for ages till he'd finish, and when he did, I'd sneak up and have a play of my own. Music's always been a huge part of my life. Whether I'm playing basketball, cleaning my room, and even in the shower. Whatever I'm doing, the bet is I'll be listening to music. And don't worry, there's not really a shower scene in this movie. During my early years, my musical taste was very much influenced by my older brother. The age difference between us is 5 years. Looking back now, it probably seemed a bit weird that this little kid in year 3 was listening to Tupac and Snoop. On the other side of the coin, I had my dad, who listened to the likes of Stevie Wonder and Marvin Gaye. I'd like to think that through this, I found a good middle ground. In year 8, I took music as an elective, but I didn't quite fit in. While the other kids discussed Spark and their AME-B exams, I sat quietly in the corner, tapping away at the newest Timbaland beat that was playing on repeat in my head. Eventually, the persuasive music teachers dragged me into all kinds of groups. Things like choirs, bands, and musicals. It seemed like every day I checked the notices, they had signed me up to a new group. I recall having an awkward conversation with one of the choir leaders, explained to her that this is not my kind of thing. If I had a spine back then, I'm sure I would have left the choir. I was hesitant at first, but eventually learned to embrace this aspect of the school. I started taking piano lessons, and these were on Thursday at 4 o'clock. So naturally, at 3:55, I'd come into this room and do my week's worth of practice. I started playing songs by people like Stevie Wonder, Boyz II Men, and Elton John, and eventually, I learned for the first time how to read music.
Have you heard about this internet thing?
Internet?
Yeah, it's the inner netting they invented to line swim trunks. It provides a comforting snugness.
I stumbled across this guy called David Sides. He was a piano player who covered all the songs and styles that I loved to listen to. Usher, Kanye, John Legend, they were all there. His work was inspiring for me. Hi, I'm Mitch Pattugalan, and I'll be playing Buy You a Drink by T-Pain. I never really considered myself as a great piano player, but I just thought of myself as someone who could play. I loved music, and I wanted to get involved in it, but I really hadn't found my niche yet. I felt there was more to me musically than just playing piano. So it was the night of the formal, and we were on our way to the after party. Would have been a great night too, had it not been for the shocking DJ. At one point I even thought, man, even I could do a better job than this guy. So I did.
I know you thought we was finished.
I practiced DJing at home and worked my way up to play some home parties, followed by some bigger events. I soon began cutting mixtapes which I would hand around to family and friends. I started to build a reputation as the go-to guy for music. People would come to me for parties, mixes for dance routines, and music recommendations. Naturally, I began composing my own songs and beats. It seemed like every spare minute I had, I was doing something musical. For a long time, I thought I wanted to study exercise science when I got into uni, and had planned to get into physiotherapy, or something like that. But it soon became clear that this was not my calling. So here I am now at the Queensland Conservatorium, studying the Bachelor of Popular Music, and at the moment, I wouldn't want to be anywhere else. Study music by day, make and play it by night. Yep, it's definitely the good life.
Hey.